Hey y'all, I'm back with another book, and the book that I just finished listening to is The 5 Second Rules by Mel Robbins, which was an amazing book. It's a great personal development kind of book or something to kind of get you like motivated. So, what is this 5 second rules? So, basically, the way that Mel Robbins explains is as if you're counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and take off. So, it's really just to kind of like psych your mind to like get you to get up and do things. It helps with like procrastination or like, quote unquote laziness. I actually heard her talk about this rule on a podcast. I can't remember exactly what podcast it was, but she was explaining the method. And I was like, let me give it a try. So I actually started using the method a while back to help me like get up in the morning. So literally you're either counting out loud or you're counting to yourself like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get up. You're literally psyching yourself to think like you're taking off. And it's worked wonders for me. Getting me motivated, getting me up in the morning, getting me to like push myself. Because the method was actually working for me, I was like, you know what, let me give it a try. Let me actually like read the book. I actually listened to it like I had mentioned before, which was also great because I like the way she kind of like talks. It's like real rough, raw, and like kind of like, okay, let me get on up. But I was actually surprised at like how many other ways you can actually use the 5 second rules. So I wanted to give you 3 ways that you can use it, or the way that I have been using it, or that I'm getting ready to start using. And I wanted to give you 3 different ways that you can actually use the 5 second rules outside of just getting out of the bed. So the first way that you can use it is when you're having like anxiety or fear that's popping up for you. For someone that definitely battles some anxiety, especially when I'm flying, she has a great example in the book of like what to use. She actually uses an anchor. So you have like this positive thought of like why you're going on this trip, or why you're going to the destination, and why you have to get on the plane. You think of that happy thought of like, oh, I'm going because I can't wait to have lunch with my mom, or just different stuff like that. And in the process, whenever you are feeling that fear, you start to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you put that thought in your mind of that anchor that you established before you got on the plane. And that helps you basically like kind of get distracted a little bit of like the fear, and now you're getting reminded that something positive is and coming on the outcomes of this. The second way that you can also use this is taking risk. It's basically whenever you're in a moment where you're like, ooh, I want to speak up, ooh, I want to push myself to do this, ooh, this would be a great experience, but I don't know if it's too risky. So she basically says for you to use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it basically distracts you from thinking anything negative, and then you just start doing it. Like you just go for it. In the process of you using that 5 seconds to recenter yourself, it gives you that boost to kind of get past whatever like fear that you have of it and take that big risk. Because sometimes like we never know if that one risk that we take can actually change our lives. And the third way that you can use the 5 second rule, especially for creatives. I didn't even realize I'm a person that has a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, a lot of just things. And the way that she also put it was when you have that thought, you instantly, within those 5 seconds, either just start doing it or write it down. Write the idea down, jot it down. Even if it doesn't make sense in that moment, jot it down within those 5 seconds. I've often have these cool ideas and I don't do anything with it, and then it goes away. And then I'm like, dang, what was that idea? So I started implementing like anytime that comes up, even if I'm walking, if I'm having a conversation or and it sparks, I'm like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let me get this in before my mind starts to change, or like I don't want to do it. But those are the 3 ways that you can definitely use the 5 second rules. Also, there's many other ways, but I just wanted to give you 3. And let me know if you decide to use the method, if you decide to read it. I definitely give the book about a 4 out of 5. it's a great book and you get a lot of things out of it. But of course, it is a personal development kind of book. So, sometimes it gets a little repetitive. But outside of that, there are a lot of tips and tricks, a lot of like testimonies in the book that are really good to get more examples of how people use it in their day to day. So, I definitely say if that's something that you want to like learn more about or like try to implement, definitely take a look at the book from Mel Robbins. It's 5 Second Rules. Let me know what you think. Bye.